Hi everyone. Today I find myself editing in my tent in the rain during the devastating floods that hit the Kruger, Mpumalanga and Limpopo in January 2026. We got out of Kruger in time, only to find ourselves on the banks of the Blyde River, which has already burst its banks. But this video is not about now. It's about the last great floods that hit Shingwedzi in 2013, told by the historian Joep Stevens.
January 2013, this entire camp was engulfed. January is a dead time in terms of tourists, so there were maybe 12 groups in the camp, camping and huts, and the ranger had given the instruction to the gate guard, if the water gets to that stick there that he'd put in the ground. He phoned me. That happened at around, if I'm not mistaken, around 9 o'clock. The guard phoned the ranger and said, "It's there." Right, gave instruction. Now that's at night. Gave instruction to the camp manager, or in cooperation with the camp manager, and Paul Mdao. The ranger was Marius Renke. They decided to evacuate the camp immediately. Now you've got to get these people packed up. You know what tourists are like, 9 o'clock at night. And can you think of those in a caravan? Marius told me that the difficulty, because no, it's never been this high, and no, we don't want to go, leave us here. And instruction, everybody goes. We escort you to Mopani, and they gave them an hour and a half. About 10:30 or whatever the case may be, they managed to get everybody in the queue out the gate, and as they left, the water was starting to come in the gate. So it had already broken banks. Okay, well, they left and they're on their way, and when we went past the bridge, the water was already over the tar road. And then they turned south, and then even had water over the Nkokotsi, one of the tributaries there where you turn off to Red Rocks. It was already starting to go over the road there also. But anyway, they got them safely to Mopani. Ranger turned around, came back in 2-3 kilometers before they got to the junction. You really couldn't get further, and he had to sleep in his vehicle there. In the meantime, in the camp, the staff had stayed behind. So Mpo plus whoever lives in this site. So you have typically from the old South Africa, you have management living on site, and you have the junior staff living in living quarters the other side. You know? And the other side is lower than Shingwedzi. The water just kept rising. They tried to escape out to the north, but as I said, it goes lower before it goes higher. And the guys obviously got panicky. Water's rising and rising and rising, and this very bungalow, 1516, was coincidentally the highest bungalow in the camp. Right, now they come down, the water's rising into the bungalow, and if those of you that have used this bungalow, it's got this second floor, this mezzanine. So fortunately, that mezzanine was there, and the water came this high, let's say, and they were up mezzanine and still were able to WhatsApp before all signals disappeared due to power outages and so on. Were able to WhatsApp messages to Skukuza and say, "Guys, big trouble here, you guys need to come help." And they've got the messages through, and by daybreak, the 21st, there were two oryxes here. They actually opened a hole in the thatch and pulled the people out through that hole. So that must have been quite anxious for the folk that were involved. There, down at the bottom, those huts there near the living room, it was up to the roof. And the furniture, the stuff, you can see at reception, pictures of all the furniture downstream, stuck here on the fence, and fridges halfway to Kanidua Dam. And Kanidua Dam, of course, we lost as a result of the flood.
This year, Shingwedzi camp was evacuated before any flooding could take place. At the moment, I don't have an update on what the status of Shingwedzi camp is. I just hope it wasn't as devastating as in 2013.